Hello, this is Joe here. I'm ready to hit the hay. Had a long day. Um, Last night I actually cemented or secured the mailbox to the stone pedestal it was on. That was kind of interesting, but got that done. Anyhow, I kind of covered this on another YouTube, and what it relates to is this whole concept of people wanting to tax the rich. And ultimately, it's a matter of them wanting what the other people have. I mean, it's just like, I guess you could look in a nice store and say, I like to have what's in that window, and I'll take it. I think they call that a riot or something when people kind of decide that they deserve something that someone else has, and they kind of storm a store and rip everything out of there, and it's not a problem. And the media doesn't seem to be judgmental. It's just things you do. Now, in the case of what was during the floods and the hurricanes, I can understand someone going in and getting food for their family, but when they're dragging home TV sets and stuff, I don't know. Used to be that when you rioted, the police had the right to shoot you, but nowadays, it's very interesting that we're seeing how in, say, Syria, the Syrians aren't allowed to defend their country. In fact, no one's allowed to defend their country. And in the case of Syria, Russia and China said, "What, are you kidding? We're going to put sanctions on these people?" Because I guess, if the Occupy Wall Street people, start getting unruly and start, storming the White House and all that, and I guess they're not supposed to shoot them or something. They're not supposed to be violent, even if the people get violent, whether they're justified or not. I don't know if that's the issue. The issue is that since when doesn't a country have the right to defend itself from, a population of people? Now, in the case of Libya, we went in there and we gave air support for these people. A lot of them were Al Qaeda. People who we thought they said were our enemy. So it's very interesting how we can go into other countries and decide that these people have to go. Now, Obama should have to go. I mean, a lot of people don't like him. At what point do people taking the streets justify this situation where they say, well, the leader has to step down? I mean, if enough people get in the streets, should Obama say, well, he say, I'll step down? No. The National Guard will come out and they'll level the place and they'll restore order. And that's what the National Guard is supposed to do. Now, whether it's Obama in office or Bush in office or whatever, they were elected. They are represented. I mean, these people are in the UN. The countries are accepted in the UN. If they're accepted in the UN, then you don't have right to throw them out or do sanctions against them. If in fact you don't seem to like the way they're handling their citizens who are trying to start an upheaval and ruin the government. You notice in Iran, Obama really didn't think it was too bad of a deal, the knocking off heads, splitting heads in Iran. That's okay. And what we accomplished in Egypt now is the fact that we have this Muslim Brotherhood now has taken over the Egyptian government. And I don't blame the Israelis for getting really uptight. I wouldn't want to be living there. They are, within 2 nuclear bombs of non-existence over there. So they're the size of New Jersey. And I know all you people are telling them to chill out, but they can't chill out. They don't, for some reason, I don't know why, but they take their existence very, very seriously. People have been pissed off at them in the past and tried to exterminate them many, many times. And somehow they've been very resilient, and they've lived to fight another day. And, they're not going to, at this point, with the concept of nuclear war, they're really not going to accept being on the verge of being obliterated from people who have pledged to wipe them out. Now, you may not like Israel, but you surely have to respect them for taking their security, their existence a lot more seriously than we take ours. We don't give a crap. As long as we can watch the Super Bowl or something and have enough beer, we're pretty content. I know that's a rough assessment, but I tell you what, if the Taliban and Al Qaeda really seriously would have taken out all our breweries in the United States, and it would have toppled the government. That would have been the end of it for our civilization as we know it. But anyhow, today was an interesting day, and what was interesting about it, I saw a beautiful Ferrari going up Route 24, which I explained in another YouTube. And the reason why this Ferrari struck me in such a way was the fact that the person who owned that Ferrari or leased that Ferrari must have had some big bucks. That had to be maybe a $500,000 car. I haven't been shopping for Ferraris, so I really don't know what they go for. But looking at the different high-end cars on high gear or fifth gear, whatever they call it, top gear, that's what the kind of money, and sometimes you're talking pounds, English pounds. So anyhow, here you have this beautiful work of art going up Route 24 at a reasonable speed, and I was able to pull up close behind it and go to the side of it a little bit and see it, and here I am in seventh heaven, looking at this work of art, and because I know some of the mechanics that are inside of it,